Hey everyone. So if you're interested in hearing a guy walk and talk about everything under the sun, all the way from Barry Morphew to Kanye West, then stick around. And if you're not interested, then go on to another video if you want to. But I don't make these videos very often, but I just felt like there was a lot that I really wanted to say today. And ever since watching the body cam footage of Barry Morphew last week, I can't stop thinking about his behavior and how bizarre it was. It was on the level of Chris Watts. You guys remember when Chris Watts' neighbor, had it all on film with him backing up to the garage and all that kind of stuff? And the neighbor brought him over, and there's Chris Watts with his hands on top of his head, like, oh my gosh, like I'm done. That's, to me, some of Barry's behavior was just as telling. And I want to talk about a couple of those things that stuck with me after watching those body cam videos. The first thing is when the police officer was walking Barry into his own house, when they were walking up to the front door, and Barry was up ahead where we could see him, and the officer is talking to Barry like, hey sir, once we go in, whatever, he's giving him him instructions. If you watch Barry closely in that moment, you can tell that his fight or flight is kicking in big time, to the point where he doesn't even turn around. And if you think about how odd that is, picture one of your loved ones missing, and the officer is giving you instructions or talking to you. Are you gonna have your back to him? Are you just gonna ignore what he's saying? Like, you're gonna be all up in his face, like with your hands outstretched, like, where's my wife? What's going on? Help, please help. What do I do? What do I do? And this guy, Barry Morphew, just has his back to the officer. I mean, wow. He's paralyzed with fear. He doesn't want to turn and face. I almost dropped my phone, but he doesn't want to turn and face what he knows he did and what he's guilty of. The other thing that I noticed was when, I think everybody noticed this, but when he first got out of the pickup truck, well, how was his behavior? It was, where's the bike? Where's the bike? What's going on? He's like tiptoeing, and then there's George Davis standing right there in the doorway, giving him a hug, patting him on the back, whispering in his ear, perhaps. And then, to top it off, to put that little cherry on top, Barry starts talking about a mountain lion in that moment. Like, what about lion tracks? And the officer's probably like, what the heck? Like, lion, like, what are you talking about, dude? Oh, mountain lion? Oh, well, we didn't really look for tracks. I mean, there would, don't you think, Barry, that there would be blood all over the dirt out here and all over the bushes and the trees? And I mean, that is the dumbest excuse, a mountain lion. And we touched on it during my last video, but he started hammering that lion theory as soon as he stepped out of that door from Broomfield. That was odd. His behavior was odd. I don't know why I'm so surprised by that, and I don't know why this has stuck with me all week, but it has. But I say that because everything Barry's done has been odd and it's been suspicious. Everything that the daughters have done is odd. And I know they fall under the umbrella of Barry, so I don't talk too much about them because I know Barry has a lot of control over that situation. But I don't know, am I alone in this, guys? I'm asking you. As I'm out here on my walk and people are looking at me from their cars, probably think I'm crazy out here filming this video. Maybe I'm a little crazy, but you know, it's just, I want to know if it stuck with anybody else the way it stuck with me, his odd behavior. I put it up there the same level, in the same category as Chris Watts. Absolutely. Do you guys? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Because maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion, man, but to me, he had guilt written all over him. The other thing I want to talk about, I'm going to switch gears here real quick, is way off subject, but it's something that I wanted to bring up for a long time on my channel and among my viewers, whom, you know, probably 90% of you I'll never meet, but that's okay because, I mean, I wish we could, but we probably never will. But it's you guys show me so much love and friendship on here, and I just really appreciate it. I just ran that guy off the road on accident. Sorry, dude. Kanye West. He's acting really strange. I know that's no surprise to anybody, but his behavior is bizarre. And I guess Kim Kardashian was saying that Kanye was putting out a hit on her. I don't know, man. I just have a bad feeling about that whole situation. I don't think this is going to end very well. But let's keep our eye on that. You know, but Kanye has some good points. I read all of his stuff. And he's got some really good points as a father. And I understand that better than anybody. And that's the part that I kind of wanted to bring up on this channel. I wasn't talking about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. But I can understand because I've had a child taken out of my life as a father. And I can't even put into words how devastating that's been for me. And I know that every case is unique and every case, you know, every place is different in terms of how fathers are treated by the system. But most places, you know, are very mother friendly, and you know, the dad usually gets the short end of the stick. It's just the truth. You know, and I know there's going to be some of you that say, no, you know, I got screwed on my deal, but that's been my experience with the system. And you know, I would just, well, I had to cut that off for a minute. I was starting to get a little bit emotional, but I wanted to finish my thought on that. You know, I just wish that I could see my daughter. And it's been almost about 4 years since I've seen her. And there's been a lot of lies told. There's been a lot of injustice happen. And a lot of manipulation. A lot of half-truths, a lot of misunderstanding. The whole ball of wax. But you know what? I can take that ball of wax and flush it down the toilet. Because I don't care anything about that. What I care about is seeing my daughter. And it's not right what's happened. And it's not fair. And I'm putting this out here because I'm tired of sitting on it, and I'm gonna let it go, and I'm gonna let my daughter know that I love her and that I have missed her every single second of every day since I've been away from her. And so, you know, when we follow these cases, we see tragedies, so many tragedies. And I think a lot of these tragedies, not a lot, but some of them could be avoided if there was an amicable situation between partners and there was some justice and fairness involved. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know a lot of people act out of emotion when their back's against the wall. And you know, when my back's been against the wall and I've hurt where it feels like my heart is gonna burst out of my chest, I try to help other people. I cover these cases and I try to help those who are suffering the way I am, to bring them some kind of peace and closure, raise awareness. I lose myself in this work, and for that I'm grateful, because it takes my mind off my own problems. But I wanted to bring that up because I was reading a lot about Kanye West and his situation with Kim Kardashian. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much fame, these problems are universal. And I know that Kanye loves his kids, and I know Kim loves her kids. And I love mine, and you love yours. And every parent should be allowed to be in their children's life. And on the flip side, every child should have both parents in their life if possible. That's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening. God bless you guys. I love you. We'll be back at it again soon. Stay safe.